Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Tim Jones, your official announcer here for today's 9-ball qualifier here for the new 9 Balls Double League, the voice of APA, Jacksonville, coming to you live from QBall Billiards here off of Beach Boulevard near Southside. And we got a great match here. We got George and Dell for Team Rackham and Weep versus Shree and Pushback for Strokers 4. Looks like Shree won the lag right there. And we are going to have a great match ahead of us here. We got both of them race to 38 here for the doubles. And I'm joined by the one and only Kelly Moore. Kelly, how you doing?
Hey, Tim.
Hey. Get a little rest after last night?
Some
rest?
Some.
I will say I appreciate us being a little later today. I'll be upfront and honest. Very upfront and honest about that.
Apologies to those listening last night, listening to us drag a little bit in the wee hours. We were a little tired in that last finals match last night.
Yeah, just a smidgen. I'm pretty sure at some point I leaned on the microphone. I looked at you. I was like, I'm about to leave you. I'm just about to go to sleep. Oh my gosh, it was pretty funny.
But hey, we are cruising through today's tournament. If you want to check out the bracket, it is posted live. There's a link. I'll stick it in the comments here in just a minute. But there is a link to a live bracket online, and we are in the winner's side of the bracket right now. This round, and 3 more to go today, and then that's the conclusion of the tournament. So we will not have any 1 a.m. streams tonight.
There we go. Now, with this round, is this a official now? We're to the point where we're at elimination rounds?
You know, I need to go check out that live bracket.
We're going to double check the live bracket. We'll let you guys know.
I'm going to hunt down that link and post it for you here in just a minute.
There we go. And we can actually just go ahead and also post it on at least the YouTube part of the chat, because it lets us post from here, but it won't let us post on the...
This is not an elimination round.
Okay.
So
All right.
the loser of this is going to go back over to the loser's side for 1 round and then circle back, hopefully, for the semis.
Well, there we go. So not too shabby then. So not as much pressure. Obviously, I know, anytime I go in these matches, it doesn't like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, well, I want to lose. But it's just one of those where it's like, I can take a breath. Not take this seriously, but,
Exactly. And Rackham and Weep has something to play for today. They are the defending champions. So,
oh, I like that.
Dell and William Figueroa were the winning team last year. So now Dell's mixing it up a little bit and playing with George, William's dad. So, but Rackham and Weep are the defending champs today. All right, here we go. Took a minute, but I've got that link. I'm going to comment here. If you want to check out that bracket, just head on over to that link there. I think it went through, right? Can you see it? There it is. All right.
Hey, there it is. Thank you so much. Shree and Pushback getting on the board for the first one right there here after a good attempt after the break there to kind of get a kick shot in. We got Shree at the table right now. Doesn't really have eyes on the 2-ball. Not from here, it's not. Well, here, I can do this.
No, I'm just curious if it's working.
It'll be clickable via Facebook's webpage, yeah. So like people online will see it as clickable. Should be able to. But we can do a little copy pasta. All right, Shree trying to go for a kick shot here now. Same rules, I'm assuming, as yesterday, where each team gets 1 timeout per rack. Nothing's changed with any of that, correct, Kelly?
Correct, yeah. 1 timeout per rack. Both of these teams are skill level 10s.
Very nice.
Shree and Pushback are both 5s,
Both 5s,
I believe.
Yeah, should be.
And Dell is a 4, and George is a 6.
I'm very interested to see Dell and George. I know I've seen George a couple times around APA playing a little bit here and there. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen as much of Dell's play style here. I do know Shree and Pushback pretty well, so I'm very interested to see how this plays out with these 2 different teams and these dynamics. But, of course, just like with everybody yesterday here, these guys have been in a league together. That's what's brought them here to this point. Guys, for those that don't know, this is the new 9 Balls Double League that started up earlier this year. Oh, we might have a 9. Oh, we almost had a 9 right there. Wow. That would have been a complete accident, but that was awesome. That would have been really cool to see. But yeah, these guys have already been playing with each other. Now, keep in mind, the 9 balls doubles means that they are playing regular, standard 9-ball on one table, and they're playing doubles on the other table. Exactly. And so you have 2 matches going at once, just like most of our leagues are with Double Jeopardy, except for it's just strictly 9-ball and 9-ball only. And then these teams, of course, today are playing for the amazing chance that 2 of them will get to drag all 8 of them to Vegas. For those who don't know what I'm talking about here, the people playing here today are not the only ones that get to go to Vegas. They are the only ones that get to play in Vegas in terms of the actual championship part of it. But the whole entire team gets to go, and I'm just super stoked to know that this is a thing. We did crown our first ever winners last night for that. First 8-ball winners, yep. For that, which is going to be really awesome to get to see what they do in Vegas in April. And then
that was Carl Grady and Glenn Sterner won,
yes.
And their team was butt first. So they play in the Sunday 8-ball doubles division over at 9-ball Heaven, and they won last night. So
yeah.
Carl and Glenn and their whole team get to go out there in April.
Yes, it's absolutely amazing. I tell you, it's very enjoyable to see Carl and Glenn play in the way they did. Very, very well done. Got to give mad props to Carl. I feel like out of a lot of people I saw yesterday here, and I mean nothing against anybody else, but just mad props to him. I felt like he was super, super dangerous. There's a lot of like really, sharp cut shots and stuff that he was just very confidently stroking through. I'm not talking about like he wasn't slow rolling, like he wasn't sure, or like it took him 30 seconds to finally line up the shot. Nothing like that. Like he looked at it, got down on it, did his pre-shot routine, followed through. It was just all this magical ability by him that he did an excellent job. And Glenn was able to capitalize on that teamwork with him, and both just worked extremely well. They communicated very well with each other as also, and it was just a really, really great, awesome team dynamic that we got to see.
Yeah, they both teams played really well.
Yes.
They played against Ronnie Swopes and Lisa Moser last night, and they also did a great job.
Yeah, Lisa, being she was a 3, with her teammate being 7 and Ronnie 7, and we were talking about that as well. And there. As a 3, like there's only so much within your skill set, within your will well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I tell you, she was making some fantastic shots and just following up. And I know there's a couple times where like you saw like the disappointment in the shot that she took and didn't make it in her face. But the ones that she should have definitely been making, she was making.
Oh, and then some.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. I give her mad props. I said it a couple times yesterday where I was like, there was multiple these shots where she's playing at that higher skill level, towards the top end of a 3, maybe a 4, and it was awesome to see because as a 7, you're obviously trying to have that dynamic of where you're trying to line up, make things a little easier for your 3 and work towards that. Ronnie did a fantastic job of trying to do that every single time. As well as, just Lisa just taking advantage and doing excellent. Now, I got to give props to Dell. So he just did something. This was the mirror shot I was talking about. Guys, if y'all saw where he had his cue, he pointed the tip of his cue to the 3, had it to the rail, pinched off his fingers where the rail and his cue met, and then pulled it back. That's your point of shot here. That's the mirror shot right there that you can use right there. And so he got a good hit on it. Cue ball just reached the rail, and looks like he's going to get a good leave out of it as well. Great job. Amazing defensive shot. This is something that I did not see a single player do yesterday. Now, I may have missed it, but in terms of on the stream table, we did not get to see that. And, guys, if y'all don't know how to do that, please, 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 please ask some of your higher-up skill level players. Take a look and see what you can learn from that because I will tell you the difference between somebody like, say, like a 2 and 3 skill level player is whenever you can start doing some of those kicks and get out of those defensive shots that if you're a higher-ranked player – say like you're a 6 or a 7 and you're going against a 2 or 3, defensive shots are your friend. And if a 2 or 3 can start getting out of some of those defensive shots, oh boy, does that put a major amount of pressure on that higher skill level person. So make sure to take advantage. That's a good learning moment right there. I love it, love it, love it. I'm seeing a good determination by both sets of teams. Great job on that 4-ball right there. Looks like you got the 6 up there to the top right now. I don't know if it quite goes past that 9 or if he's just George's gonna try to combo wombo here. I think he may have a little room maybe to brush it by. I don't know. Let's see what he decides to do here. He was going for the combo. He was going for might got a little got a little APA action. 7 bumped into the 8, which actually put it in a fairly good places against the rail there. Very nice. This may lead to a 5-point run for this team. This could be huge. And I'm off on my points, guys. I'll get it updated here in a moment. I do apologize.
It's amazing how difficult it can be to keep score even when you're talking about every shot.
Yeah, and I've definitely just been running my mouth here, guys. I do apologize. We were doing 8-ball yesterday. It was way easier, obviously, to keep score. Just keeping racks. So I will get the updated score at the very end of this rack, and I'll try my best to keep up with it during the rack. I do apologize, guys. I'll just go ahead and mark the ones I know. But yeah, ignore the score for just a moment, guys. I will get that updated. I swear to you.
If you missed any of yesterday's matches, you can go over to Jacksonville APA Facebook or Q Sports Studios YouTube, and you'll see the live stream from yesterday's 8-ball doubles division qualifier.
It was a heck of a good time, guys, and
Gosh, we live streamed at least 4 or 5 rounds, something like that.
yeah,
At least.
yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, give me one moment here. We'll get that updated score sheet here.
Yes.
All right, guys, one moment here. We're getting that updated score sheet. Looks like Elliot's trying to give us a hard time about getting that updated score sheet. I'm going to give Elliot a hard time here on the mic. Oh, wow. Guys, so we actually had an interesting very first rack here. We got George and Dell for Team Rackham and Weep versus Strokers 4 taking just an amazing lead right off the bat. Now, I do have to say, though, there were several times where I do know both teams had to deal with kick shots, had some multiple difficulties. Nothing was a gimme for sure. So we'll see how this second rack plays out. Maybe the script will flip a little bit, but George has a great chance on that one ball in the side pocket. Good speed, knowing that he wasn't going to have a lot of options on that one ball here, bringing them up to 9.
George has great speed on the table all the time. He's got that touch.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And, something. Ooh,
Great
good,
shot for Dell right there.
Look at that. Good little carom there. I'll tell you, one thing I struggle with is I feel more comfortable in that slow to somewhat mid-range in terms of speed. I don't always feel comfortable on some of the shots that I got to put a little bit more oomph into it as well. So that's something I'm definitely trying to work on and try to get better at, especially if I'm having to do any sort of bottom and I'm putting any sort of oomph on it. I'm just not hitting properly whenever I do it, and it's something I've definitely been working on. So to see somebody like George, for instance, I've watched multiple times, able to have a good range between slow all the way up to high speed. He does a fantastic job of it for sure. Great shot by Shree. Good job on that 2-ball. Good speed again. Didn't have to do anything crazy there. That 3 should slide right past that 5. Now, with him being against the rail, though, it's going to make it a little difficult to control that cue ball and that 4. You don't want to hide behind that 5.
Very nice.
Nicely done. Very solid. Well played. Shreen pushback, getting a little run under their belt here, looking good. I think he may have taken that one for granted a little bit. I know Shree can make those shots for sure. Definitely took that one for granted. Not a bad leave out of it, though. That's a tough cut shot for sure. And for anybody just joining us, by the way, guys, we are out at QBall Billiards here off of Beach Boulevard, near Southside Boulevard. This is the original OG location, I should say. And we are, of course, doing the 9-balls double league division here.
So yes, this is our Monday night 9-ball doubles division that's playing, and that division plays Mondays at QBall. This was our first doubles division to start, which is why 9-ball has already had a doubles division qualifier last year. So this is our second 9-ball doubles division qualifier. There are 5 teams represented in the tournament today.
Yeah, 10 teams, right?
10 doubles teams, and they
teams.
represent 5 weekly teams.
Not 8. Not 8 teams. 10 teams.
10 teams? What?
10. It was 10. It's 10 teams. Remember yesterday we were like it's 8 teams. It's 8 teams.
No,
and then you were like, no, it's 10 teams.
10
It was
teams. 10 doubles teams.
I was getting it wrong the whole time. It was
we were
hilarious.
tired.
Oh my
talking
goodness
about this
gracious!
last night.
It was too good.
There were just words coming.
Bro, you have one and you're not wearing it.
Ooh, interesting shot choice there. Try to get at that 6 ball. Now I do wonder if that 6-9 can lead to a combo, or if that 6 just slides so easily towards that top right hand corner is probably what I would be going for here.
You know, APA 9-ball is an interesting game because even if that combo exists, I mean, you're playing for points.
Yes,
so
you are.
George knows that
Yeah, good shot.
They can potentially pick up 4 points here instead of just 2 with the combo.
Mhm.
So he's playing it for points right now.
And then the max skill level for this is 10 still, right?
Correct,
So 38
yes.
points is the most that any team will have to get. Tell me you
Stay
cheated
out of
it.
that
No.
pocket. All right, so that's a dead ball. Oh, now you're going to...
Yep, that's all right.
Oh, you have a spot for dead balls, huh?
I think this is what that's for. It's going to be used for dead balls now.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then you've never scored APA 9-ball. It's all about the math. So when you see now the score is 11-8, that adds up to 19. When you go through each rack should be worth 10 points. So we like to double check our math and make sure that it adds up.
Yeah,
And
my man.
so now when you got a dead ball on the table, it doesn't add up quite as nicely. But Tim's got a little spot here. He's keeping track of the dead balls too for us to make sure our score's on track.
I tell you, I gotta give props here. This to come back from an 8-2 deficit, getting 6 of those points, and on letting your teammates your opposing team get 3 points there since there was a dead ball, makes for a really huge comeback here. So excellent work. They definitely got a good little run.
There's a reason these 2 teams are still on the winner's side today. They are strong teams. They are seasoned teams. They've been playing together for a long time. They're comfortable.
And folks, for everybody at home or just watching along the live stream that can hear me here, let us know which team you're rooting for. Let me know your thoughts. And then we had a lot of great conversation in chat about the new destination divisions that are coming out here to both QBall Beach's location, new location, along with 9-Ball Heaven, starting January 22nd. And then also we had a lot of great conversation yesterday around, we're 6 days away now, so this coming Saturday, for the Players Appreciation Party. It's going to be a good time.
So many good things to talk about. Hey, the destination, though, I got to say, we're capping those divisions. So there's a limited amount of teams that are going to be able to register for those divisions. And that came out 2 days ago, I think. We put the information out about it.
2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, it's been very recent.
And we are half full.
Oh.
So
if
you are thinking about a team, the way to secure that spot is to let us know and give us a roster, because we already are halfway to that limit in 2 days. And that doesn't start till January 22nd. So you've got some time to build your team, but at the same time, you don't have a lot of time to secure that spot. So if you're thinking about Destination Division, then talk to us sooner than later. If you don't know what I'm talking about either, Destination Division is playing for Hawaii. First place each year is going to go to Hawaii. Second place will take a cruise. I've never cruised before.
I've never cruised before either.
Yeah. I think we might try and go with that second place team. I don't know.
Dude, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all. By the way, we just had a good little chess piece back and forth here. Good little back and forth. Shree starting off by pushing the 9-ball up towards the 1. George coming back and kicking that one away, but leaving the cue ball on the 9. And finally culminated to where Dell has ball in hand now for this one, but nothing super easy gimme on that one ball.
Well, and Dell, he might be changing his mind here, but he was thinking about playing a safety, which is really common in 9-ball. Just because you have ball in hand, it's not always the best idea to make the ball. Sometimes your better option is to play a safety when you have that kind of control and ability with ball in hand.
Exactly.
That's
he
why
almost
he
had
was
it.
thinking about
Yeah.
that safety. He knew that was a tight cut.
Good try. Very, very good try.
So both Sri and Pushpak are taking a look at the table layout, trying to figure out the best route here. I thought we might see a timeout, but it looks like Sri's pretty comfortable with what he wants to do.
Right. Yeah, the issue with this shot right here is, first of all, this is not exactly the easiest thing to still make. You know, you could do the exact same motion that Dell did where it kind of bounces between the pocket points. But also by that leave, you could get stuck down here in this mess. And he kind of did, but
He
has
picked
eyes
up
on
the
him
point,
too.
but he's got a tough shot on the 2-ball. Is that the 2 sitting down there?
That's the 2 top left-hand corner over there. Kind of not far from where it was originally broken from. It hasn't left home yet. Great shot, great defensive option here. Roll baby for that defense to be good. Looks fairly good right there. That isn't bad.
Sri's shaking his head, congratulating Pushpak on a shot well played.
Yeah, smart move. Not a lot of options there. Again, making that ball was not gonna be an easy feat. And I know, in Pushback's mind, he knows George is up next, as well with a little extra skill under his belt here to be able to potentially make this. But this is still not an easy make. He went for the bank, just near miss on that. And a fairly decent lead for Sri to hopefully come back through and maybe tie this thing up. Great attempt, though. I figured he would have cut it down in the bottom left-hand corner. It looked like it was far enough past that side pocket to do so. Oh, don't scratch. And it scratched. Yeah, he was worried about getting an option on that 3-ball afterwards.
So you see Dell staring down table at that 3-ball. He's not worried about the 2. The 2's not the problem here, but in 9-ball you got to have that setup for the next ball, and the 3 is a little buried.
Yeah, you actually want to put this cue ball a little further up where it is here. Have it further up the table. Give yourself a little angle, or else you're gonna potentially almost do that.
Worked. He got out on it.
Yeah, good job.
I'm not sure how much George can see of it, if he can get the cue ball behind that 8 to cut the 3 or not. It'll be close.
Doesn't look like there's enough room from here from what I can see on this end of the table, but he definitely has more enough to at least see it to kind of do a defensive option here. And he was able to cut it still. He did. Wow. What a great. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Love seeing that kind of work being done on these tables.
Boy, you can see all 4 of these players are focused.
Oh, yeah.
They are zoned in.
I tell you, I don't feel super tension, but I don't feel that relaxation of knowing like, hey, like there's still a losers round, a losers bracket that we could go through.
Yeah, they're focused. And
yeah.
This arena table too, it helps you focus. I mean, some people are a little intimidated. You're kind of in the spotlight. Everybody's sitting around it watching, but if you've ever played on it, it's pretty easy to focus.
Mm-hmm.
This wall, half wall all the way around, kind of helps you block out all the distractions. And
I tell you, my actual favorite part of this table, and it's why it's my favorite table in any pool that we have right now, is the I'm gonna call it a ring light essentially, because that's what it acts like. Obviously, it's a rectangle, but the light above it, it's this nice little like diffused LED light. You got such even lighting across the entire table. Really, really helps out for you to be able to see your shots very clearly. It's just such a beautiful setup here. I'm really excited to see, how all the new tables and everything looks at the new QBall Beaches location. It's gonna be a good time. John Hummel saying, whoop, whoop. Ooh, what a bank shot.
There
Oh, my
it is.
God.
Nice shot for
Wow.
Dell.
Wow. Even the
Some
crowd.
celebration from Rackham and Weep on the sidelines.
Yes, crowd erupted on that one. Crowd absolutely erupted on that one. I don't blame them. What a shot. Man. And guess what? You can only catch that shot here on Jacksonville APA Facebook page and on Q Sports Studios YouTube page.
There it is. All right, so we got 2 dead on that rack.
So bringing our new score total up to 17-10. So we've kind of had like a back and forth, really good rack for each team here. So as Shree Pushback, it's your turn now to have the high scoring rack here, and we'll see what comes out of it here. Thank you. I got Elliot on the sideline making sure to give me the score here. Very appreciative. That was such a good shot. Nope.
This division is a little different than a lot of our divisions. This division is played on the 9-foot tables at QBall, which is one of the reasons that we're streaming on this Table 23 arena table today. It is a 9-foot table, and so these teams, are used to playing on a 9-foot for the doubles division.
They're playing that 9 ball on that 9-foot. Let's go. I like it. I should know that. I was interested because I was going to call it out earlier. I'd be like, they may have some difficulty on these tables, but I've noticed neither team feels difficult at all.
No, they play on it. If depending on the division size, we may use a handful of 8-foot tables here and there. Just got to use what the room has available. But we prioritize the 9-foot tables first, and then breach out into the 8-foot as needed.
That's good. I actually like that. The 9-foots add just such a nice little layer of that added difficulty to the tables, and definitely changes the game up for you a little bit as well. Those long shots become, devastating long shots, even for the well-skilled and veteran players. So it's really, really fun to see. And it's nice to know that they were already on the 9-footers. They're still on the 9-footer here as well, so it makes the tournament even better. That's another thing too. That's one of those little nuances I gotta give you guys shout outs about, that y'all absolutely always take into account and worry about anytime there's tournaments, stuff like that. Like I remember when we had our other tournament, and you're like, if you start on 8 foot, you're gonna remain on 8 foot. If you start on 9 foot, you're gonna remain on 9 foot. We're not gonna flip flop you throughout the day. Like that takes a lot of work to make sure that happens.
It's some of those details that I think add to the experience. It can make or break it for you, or at least make you feel like it made or break it for you. So we try when we're able to accommodate those kinds of things. We do. We're not always able, depending on the circumstances and the size of the tournament and whatnot. But usually there's some way to work with it.
Yeah. Well, it's ultimately a matter of you putting in that extra work and that extra time. And I just want to say that it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. I'll never forget when we had that tournament over at 9 Ball Heaven, and you started off with that, and multiple people around me were like, "That's amazing," and I was like, "That is amazing." I was like, "That's Kelly for you, though." I was like, for those that know Kelly on a regular basis, almost always have like a notepad of some sort of like, "Oops, I need to make sure and get this, and this done. Oops, I forgot to announce this, so I need to make sure and add that into it." And there's always these little notes and stuff that she's always taking on a regular basis, but they're always there to make sure everything's getting done, handled, taken care of, and just that we're looked out for.
I appreciate that shout out, but that care and concern for table size, that is Mike right there. That is
was
his.
Mike's doing?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, I would have lost a bet then if you would have asked me.
He is very in tune with that kind of stuff.
I love it though.
So
That shows that you guys were players before you were owners.
Oh yeah.
Of an APA league. That speaks volumes to that.
I got to give him credit once in a while.
There you go. Hey, he's good peeps, man. I very much enjoy y'all for sure being here and all the work y'all put forth. Ooh. Del may still get lucky on it. Hey, let's go. Good shot.
Del's gotten a handful of those lucky ones.
Absolutely.
9 ball sometimes just goes that way. You either get the luck or you don't. And Del's got it today, at least in this rack.
Yeah. George here just got to make sure he just cheats that pocket. Doesn't worry about that scratch too much. There he goes.
Didn't get the scratch, but didn't get
No.
the ball either. So leaving a point open there for Sri to try and pick up.
Little issue here with this layout too. This that may be slightly devastating. If he just rolls up with this 4, that 5 goes very easily in that top left-hand corner pocket. And
The only real challenge he's got is that 7
7.
ball sitting up
Yep.
there.
Yep, so we'll see. Maybe they can.
Ooh.
Shri.
I don't think he expected to miss that one either.
Shri would have. I'm going to get on to him now about that. I'm going to get him later. I know he can make that shot.
Dell's got a fairly straight in shot here. There it
Let's
is.
go.
Yep. A little bit of bottom there to hold it for the 5.
I will say, I think Dell's got to be able to watch a little bit of his bottom. He seems to be doing very similar to me with it, where we are just off just a tiny bit because we're so focused on that bottom and executing that bottom that maybe we're over hitting the ball a little bit. That was a great shot, but I
think George.
maybe it was just straight on.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to roll just to give it a little more angle. Even if it was longer, a little more angle.
Dell not only has a tough shot here on the 6 ball, but he's also got to avoid a scratch and get back up table for the 7. So he's
shoot
got a
over the
lot
9.
going on.
He's literally got the pretty much the worst weather conditions on a pool table that you can almost get, minus the fact he's just not against a rail. That would be the only other added pickle to this mess. What a shot. And he gets back to it. Is he going to bump it? And it bumped it. Wow. What a stinking good shot. Amazing.
George stepping up to the table with a big old smile on his face, happy with his partner choice today.
Oh, my gosh. What a shot and a half.
And he is playing the safety. He didn't like that cut on the 7, didn't want to bank it and miss, so he played the safety. Now push box up to the table, try and figure out what to do with it. Seems pretty confident stepping up.
Guys, all right, so we just saw a very good use of a timeout here by George and Dell. Going for the... Oh, the pocket said no. What a good try, though.
Said no.
Yeah, the pocket said not today, sir. No, no, no.
I don't know if you know this about pool players, but it's never that we shot bad.
No.
The pocket said
the pocket
no.
said no. No, that was an amazing shot on his part. Like, that was great speed. Good,
Just
good,
kidding.
good
Dell
form.
didn't shoot bad either, but he just missed.
Look at that shot. Look.
That was a very, very nice shot. That's what Sri needed to kind of settle back in. He was getting a little frustrated with some of those earlier shots that he knows he was capable of.
Good out. That's the Sri that I know right there. That's the dangerous part of Sri. I've been able to battle him a couple of times, and that had some difficulty in a cut shot to it. Had a medium distance on it. And he did phenomenal with it. So. We just got a score confirmation here. Everything on the screen is right. We got 3 dead total for the game, so that's why you see the score differential here being 21-16. So they're still stream pushback still very much in this here. That is a small margin. That 5 points is nothing.
Yeah, we talked a lot yesterday about how you can kind of have a change in mood and shift the tides a little bit in a match, and you can see it on Sri's face in the sidelines there.
What a break.
That he needed that little boost in his mental game, and
I think he just got it. And I think with that break as well, I'd be feeling extremely more confident now. What a break. That was excellent. I know that one doesn't have anything easy with it right now, but to have eyes on it, know that you ain't got to get ball in hand for no reason, and to know you got 2 points right off the bat on the break's phenomenal. And to know you got a partner that's playing defensive shots. Let's go.
Yep. This is certainly not a runaway match.
Now, Dell's got good eyes on this here, but let's see what he chooses to do with it. So they're discussing right now to see who's up next. As always here, guys, one of our recommendations are if you're unsure, make sure you ask your opposing team. Your opposing team, to the best of their knowledge and ability, need to tell you the truth. They can't just magically lie to you and then be like, ha, you played out of turn. That is not allowed. That's actually in the rule books. And then one thing that's also, we had a discussion as well where somebody misunderstood. And one thing that's actually highly encouraged is when it's not your shot, your opponent's at the table as well to make sure you're discussing that strategy, having a conversation, discussing the table and the layout and what's going on. Obviously don't be distracting to your opposing team. So, like, we're in this little smaller bit of a space, so you don't want to go, like, jump up and down and wave your arms around or anything crazy when you're discussing it, but have that little discussion. I tell you, man, I got to give props to Mike and Jesse both. Kelly and I are wanting for nothing over here at this table while we're doing the announcements. I very much appreciate that, actually. That was really nice.
I think Dell's going to try and play a safety here.
It's floating. Nope. Did drop. Good try.
Good idea. Just got away from him a little bit.
Yeah, I like the thought process, though, and I got to give them props here. This is between both these teams. I really think who is better at the defensive shots is who's going to ultimately end up winning and taking this at the end of it all. So
Pushback is going to take this one ball all the way down the table so that he can follow it. Not that far, though. Oh, he wanted to follow it down to try and line up for that 2 ball, but that's a tricky shot when you're down the rail to get your speed right so you don't follow it in.
Careful, that's the camera table. You're good.
I think our score might have gotten away from us.
Yeah, who made the last one?
I was listening to your conversation.
My bad. Oh, Lord. Sorry, guys. I'll get it up. I'll keep track of it from this point, but I know we are 1 point behind for sure.
We had a dead. We had the 1 ball dead. I would assume then the 2 ball went to George and Dell with ball in hand, but I wasn't.
You know what? That makes sense. That does make sense.
I was admittedly not watching, so.
Small miss there. Good try. There's a lot of table to cover. Those are the type of shots, guys, that with it being a 9-foot versus an 8-foot, makes all the difference in the world. I know in terms of at least normal Wednesday night league where I see street play, we play on the 8-footers, and that extra little length. George, me ball in hand. Jay, thank you so much for double checking on that for us. Jay, also, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream, man. Just to let you know, your Destination Division team is going down. I will go ahead and smack talk live on stream and put that gauntlet down for you, okay? Bada boom.
In case you missed that, Jay and Tim are both creating Destination Division teams out of Beach's QBall. So I think there's already some friendly competition going on.
Darn straight. I love Jay. Jay's good peeps, man. Ooh,
That
amazing
was a
shot.
nice shot for pushback. And
Where's the 7 going to affect it? No, got past
man.
it. Well played.
I think our score is actually right.
Yeah, we're back up to being correct now because
Yeah.
it made sense with George making the ball in hand. You said it, then Jay confirmed it as well, so I went ahead and just marked it. That makes complete sense because it's definitely right after the 1 ball. That was the only one that we had missed for sure.
Elliot's doing a good job keeping us updated between racks, though, just to confirm.
Yeah, very appreciative on that because all it takes, I get a little squirrel mode in me out of nowhere. You see an awesome shot and you got to talk about it for a minute, and Next thing you know, 3 more balls are made because the team's just doing really good. We do have our timeout here for Team Strickers 4. And Mike has been
They
called
are
officially to the arena to watch.
calling a watch here.
Smart move.
That's Mike standing over Sri right there. He called it the 5.
hit. Nicely done. Great job, by the way. Got to give props to Rackham and Weep. You know, that just don't take Hey, nice, Jay. So that means if they win this, brother, you get to go to Vegas with them in April. Big congrats, man.
Nope, this is the fall team.
Oh, this is the fall team? I'm sorry.
Fall
forgive me.
team qualifies for Vegas, but
Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. So you said you joined them this
but
session.
Jay is going out there anyways, right? Singles? Am I misremembering something?
I'm fairly certain you're right about that.
Yeah, Jay's going out for singles. He is a fall singles regionals finalist.
Great shot by Dell. Phenomenal work. And just one of those a little more, a little less situations. He was not off much on that in terms of his speed. That was well done. Just as glad to have him, but he goes for singles. There we go. Okay. So, John, are you on their team as well?
Yeah,
Oh my
John and
gosh.
Elliot are the other team for Rackham and Weep today on the tournament.
So, hold on. John, Elliot, Jay's on that team now. You got George on that team and Dell. Are you serious? I don't know if that's allowed.
I don't know who's. So today, Elliot, John, George, and Dell are playing from the fall roster.
Yeah.
I don't know who's retained on the spring roster.
Jay is
With Jay.
all 4 of those retained on the spring roster, and then you being added as at least the 5th for sure.
John's nodding at us. He's listening to us over there,
Yeah.
and he's
Dude,
helping us out.
That's yeah. Like there's got to be something in the bylaws about. There's something not fair about that team makeup right there. That is, guys.
You
Y'all know.
questioning my bylaws?
There needs to be an added one. There needs to be the bylaws. Like bye to that team makeup. Good lord, the comp on that is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that is a huge range of capable people to really rock and roll with it. Man, very good team choice. Obviously, by the way, guys, I am just making a joke about the bylaws and stuff, too. No hater here, I promise you. I'm more jealous than anything. Trust me. Y'all were the kids in school that had the new Nikes on that I didn't have. Y'all was lit up and everything. That's not me hating. I'm just jealous. Ooh, near miss. Good try. Might be. Ooh, might have rolled too far. Say might be a twofer.
Well, I think looks like George can probably pick up 2 points on this one. We'll see. It's a little tiny bit of a back cut there, but I think he's got it.
Good shot. Get out.
All right, we got a score of 26-20 after that rack, not the first rack, but it is a close race still. It's still anybody's game. 6 points when you're talking about skill level 10s isn't much.
26-20. Well, is it? It is. For the people at home, it is an official correct score. After Elliot trying to give me some sass.
Elliot doesn't give people sass. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never ever. Forever ever. Ooh.
That would be the sound of a miscue.
Mm-hmm. As they say, chalk is free, right?
For somebody.
Right. Great break. Made something on the break. Will he get eyes on the one ball? Looks like, unless that 4 rolls up too far. Just barely. Looks like it rolled up too far here for him to have easy eyes on the 1. But a good break here, getting a point right off the bat here. Get that score updated. So it is an 11 points to 18 points race left in this whole series right here for these two teams, both on the winner side.
Ooh.
Good hit. Good try. Try to cheat a little bit. Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Pushbach has some choices to make here on how to handle this. He can't really cut that one, so he's either got to bank it or play a safe of some kind. He's going to go with the safety route.
Yep. What would you have done there?
I would have done a safety, but I
Yeah.
might have played it a little different. I think I might have tried to move the cue ball down the table.
Yes. Yep. That's
But
exactly
I don't know that it would have worked out as well. I mean, kudos to Pushbach. What he did definitely worked.
Yeah, I would have liked to have hit hopefully get the one along this short rail here and send the cue ball a little further down table. I agree. That way, even if they could see it, it'd be a difficult shot regardless. And then I do agree, like this did work out. What I think he was trying to do with this shot was just kind of nudge the cue ball against the one and against the rail a little bit here, kind of like have the one hit the rail, come back and hit the cue, and then just stay together. They were a little off center on it, but
Bill doesn't have many options here except hit it. So
watch out for the scratch.
think
Make it a good leave out
I
of
think
it.
it was a good choice on Pushbach to play the defense in the way that he did.
Yep. And great job avoiding the double kiss, going out at an angle there for Dell.
Mm-hmm.
Now Shree's got the harder part, shooting over multiple balls there. Looks like he's still got plenty of eyes on it, though. Good speed, great shot. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Very
Phenomenal.
nice. Controlled that cue ball, left it there so that Pushbach can take that two. I think
He's
he
trying to stun it.
maybe hit that a little bit too hard and lost the accuracy in the
Yep.
process, trying to leave it there for the three. I don't use a lot of bottom or draw in my game for that reason. My accuracy just tanks when I try.
Depends on the length, but even on the more difficult shots, I have to say I at least have about like a 50-50 almost with it.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. It it definitely can get away, and
that's what makes us good solid fives, Tim.
yeah. I mean, it really does. Like you're not wrong about it. But that's why I would rather control it by, if I can, hitting it softer. So that way, even if the cue ball is going to roll, you're talking about a small difference where it's rolling forward after it's made contact. It ain't going to go far. But obviously, with that one,
I always like to try and use the natural motion of the
Yes.
ball as much as I can
Yes.
too. I think top is a great tool, and if you can instead chase it around a little bit and still end up with the same shape, then you're going to keep that accuracy.
yep. Yeah, I think in terms of everything I've learned over the years, and just based on seeing different play styles and stuff, I think top definitely has a better chance for better accuracy than bottom does overall. I definitely agree. Because you run into the issue where if you don't do bottom per se hard enough, that bottom roll turns into
Great
top.
safety from Sri right
So-
there. Yeah, no, it's if you're just learning or you're a lower skilled player, I highly recommend you stick with top or center ball or top for the majority of your game. There's
Yeah.
actually, if you really get good at center and top, you find that you don't have a lot of need for
Yes.
bottom and draw. And I think it's kind of a misnomer that you need to be able to draw the ball to be good. So Pushbach tried to put some spin on that from all the way down the table. That's tough to do.
Yeah. And now he's left L with a pretty open shot here. Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, this is where the 9-foot table gets you. He was trying to do the stretch right there. 8 foot, he would have definitely been able to do that stretch probably just fine.
He's going to use an extension on the cue to help him get that reach.
So that brings up a great conversation. If you had both tools beside you, whether it be a bridge that you feel most comfortable with, no issues with it, and or an extension for your cue that's made for your cue. Again, no issues with it. Which way would you prefer to go?
I'm short, so I'm good with a bridge.
There you go.
I can use a bridge. I'm not afraid of the bridge.
Yeah,
There's rarely a rack where I don't use a bridge.
Mm.
So. I don't know that I've ever shot with an extension, so it would probably screw me up.
So I've tried it a couple times, and it's definitely a tool I want to get a little better with. I think working towards getting better with the bridge first. I've actually had moments when I've come in here before a regular league on Wednesdays, and I'll set up a simple little drill where I literally just put a ball in every pocket and a ball on the center diamond on the table, and I just start running the rest of them out. And I like doing that, and I like using the bridge on it because it's there's some easier shots, there's some harder shots to be able to take with both. And it's definitely has improved my help for it. But I think it's amazing when I see somebody like David on my team, David Rivkin. He strictly uses an extension and does amazing with it. It is such a good resource for him.
Mike.
Looks like we just got called for a hit to be watched here. Definitely don't blame him right here. He's got to go off that rail to an extent. Oh, that's 5 all day long here.
That was a
Nothing but the 5.
clean hit.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if the
No-
8-ball
no
even
question
did a
on that
little
guy.
wiggle.
Yeah, I noticed something with Skoning Cup that almost all the players either played with the extension all 100% of the time, or at least had it handy nearby and would quickly grab it. I think most of them were playing with it all the time. I think it mostly had to do with shot clock. I don't think that they would do that on a regular basis without a shot clock, but save them time.
That's a good point right there,
when they
actually.
needed it.
That shot clock probably did play a major reason behind it. I like that thought process. Oh, is it going to roll up too close to that side pocket? Huh?
That shot right there, it seemed like Sri was kind of between wanting to play the safety versus try the bank, and I get caught in that all the time. I kind of play the in-between of the safety and the shot, and when you got to commit to one.
Yes.
Because when you don't, that happens. Ooh.
Good try.
I think Sri lucked out a little bit on that one, that he didn't give that point up.
I was actually able to see from across the table that side pocket shot, and that definitely was a very, I think the camera made it look almost a little easier than what it was. That was definitely a tough cut.
Fooled me.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but just based on my,
I've been fooled on the live stream before.
Oh, dude, and we both were like, they can see that for sure, and you're like, why are they kicking at it if they can see it for sure?
Well,
we're like, never mind, they definitely can't see it.
I think I switched in the middle of my commentary at one point yesterday, where at first I knew he was lining up for the 8, and then I decided he was shooting at the solids. I mean, it just he took so long to shoot it that I just lost track of what he was shooting. So
good shot by George there, nicely done. So an updated score, guys. We are at 29-22. So we got a race of 9-16. Again, this has been pretty much this entire time where there's been about a 5-point difference, give or take, here and there. So extreme pushback. I've been kind of behind the line here for a majority of this, but we'll see. There's still plenty of points left on the table. This is not an easy shot on the 6.
ooh,
He avoided the scratch. What a shot!
Dell is making some shots today.
Just when I say it's not an easy shot, Dell's like, hold on, bear. I got it. I love it. Well played, well played.
I'm not sure what George was trying to do there. I think he maybe was thinking to carry him off the 7, but probably just caught too much of the 7 in the shot.
Definitely the 7 was like almost frozen to an extent with the way it hit off.
Ooh. Oh, I thought he had it.
Close, yeah.
I thought he had it. So I'm not sure that Dell has much choice here. He might need to just go for the combo off this, which as close as they are, it makes it look simple, but there is no combo out there that is just easy.
No, never.
Figure you're adding a whole layer of variables in.
Yeah, very rarely do you ever get that like the perfect combo where they're just lined up.
Ooh.
Um,
I'm fairly certain that hit the 8 first. Yeah.
and he
yeah.
is too.
Yeah.
Good call. Great job. Looks like he may have been trying to carry him off then. I wonder if that's what he was doing at first when him having his index finger pointed to the right of the 7 ball. Now, this may be just the literal change in this whole situation. If Shree and Pushback can secure these final points here, that'll bring it up to where it's only a 30-26 race. They get the break. Shree has been doing phenomenal on the break as well.
They've been trailing the whole match, but not far. They're kicking at the heels the whole time here.
Great shot. Not an easy shot here for this side pocket, but definitely doable.
Is it fooling me again?
I don't.
It's a little more straight on. Than
Yeah, it's not crazy difficult. It's just not easy. Yep.
Yep.
I think on those two, whenever I have that shot, I do just a little smidge, not much. I'm talking maybe half a tip, just a little right in there on that speed. Just let it carry itself. Let that pocket go hungry hippo mode, as I call it for the side pockets. Anybody that ever played hungry hippo, you hit the little lever and the
Here comes Tim with the dad jokes again.
coming on out. Ooh, all right. What's your shot choice here? Side pocket or corner? Side pocket, corner.
I would go side.
Yeah.
Looks like it might be a little bit past the side, though, so it's hard. But, no, I would still try the side.
Yeah, I think the issue with obviously going the corner is you're just so worried about that potential scratch option. I think the side is the safer, harder, but safer choice. It don't matter if you scratch. You gotta spot it. They get ball in hand, and very rarely is that ever going to be met. Oh, my good Lord.
Whoa.
He just missed it altogether.
It was...
and he gives it to him.
It was a little bit past the pocket, which is why he was trying to cut it so thin. And in the end, that it was a little too thin. So
I'm guessing on that, even though Shree gave it to him, that still would have counted as Dell's shot. And so George is up to break then?
Correct,
okay.
Yes. Just because he gave it to him doesn't mean that it skips the player, if that makes sense.
32-24. Appreciate you coming over.
So we are at 32-24 confirmed.
6-14 race. Things can look a little bleak almost to an extent for Strokers 4. However, I have seen it multiple times sitting behind this booth and at this very table. And I've seen multiple teams very much so take a 10-point rack out of nowhere. Not the easiest way to do it, but if they do so, it'll flip all the script. And if they get that break option, they'll definitely have a good chance at it. So it looks like they made one on the break, so I'll get that score updated in just a moment. Guys, trying to make a quick adjustment here. Sorry. 33. George and Dell got one. Yep. Thank you, sir. Great shot. Hey, that's what he's going for.
Double
Good job.
kissed it to knock in the 2. They're liking this table right now. It's pretty wide open. Not many issues. George can put a little bit of draw on this ball. He'll have some shape on the 3. He's got it.
He got such good speed on that. That was perfect. Man, what a good shot.
Sometimes a mistake that's made is players try and hold a ball instead of using the rails, and sometimes you actually want to hit it a little harder and let it go up and back. And in this case, he let it go across and back over, and instead of trying to leave it there, you try and leave it there, and probably not going to get what you want.
Yep, I agree 100%. Yeah, I think that was the absolute better call. And that right there, that's very much difference between, say, something like a skill level 4 player versus a 6 right there. That 6 knows better, knows to let the ball do the work and come on up instead of just trying to, like, force this in your mind what you think should happen. There's not a lot of forcing it. There's you working within the parameters of what this game and this table and these balls have to offer. Right. And George did a good job on that. I will say Dell's definitely got to work on using the bridge a little bit here. He
Man.
did not look comfortable with that shot at all, but I don't blame him. I'm not a comfortable user of the bridge. I even now have a little bridge piece I put on my break cue to utilize as my bridge instead, to kind of give me a more consistent bridge option is what I'm going to say about it, instead of me using a different one each time. But even then, even with my practices and stuff, I've tried getting better at it, but it's definitely a lot more shots I have to get under my belt to get comfortable with it.
Problem with the bridge is it's a little bit difficult to gauge your speed.
Yeah.
You're less in tune with how far I'm going to use the word bridge, but how
Yeah.
far that bridge is, but meaning the space between the bridge,
The space between
the bridge and
Sorry.
the cue ball. So it's hard to judge that space and that distance and how much oomph you need to give it
Bingo.
to get there. So
I like the way you described that. That is absolutely the oomph factor. That 9 might go. The 9's rolling, baby. The 9 is sitting there.
no.
Wow.
If you could hear all that commotion, it actually was not about this
No,
table.
it wasn't. It wasn't. But he ended up getting another ball down, bringing him down to needing just 2 more left here. That was so funny. That was such perfect timing for that 9 ball to almost drop and to hear the other people erupt.
And there's some good stuff happening over there on that table.
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's got to be. You got Wanda over there, and Wanda, if you haven't ever had her as your cheerleader before, you definitely need her as your cheerleader. She's good peeps. I absolutely love whenever she's cheering you on, talking about how good of a job you did.
I'm not surprised that Dell tried for that bank shot. There really wasn't a great option for the 5 balls, so
Nope.
might as well try and pick up some points somehow.
No, you're down to 2 left. Like
Yeah.
that would have been over.
Ooh.
What a shot! And he almost had the 8-2.
Pushback playing a 2-way shot right there, trying to make the
like.
5 and oh
Right?
yeah, I just made it so I couldn't hear myself.
You like my voice?
It went away.
Ursula came by and stole it.
I stopped in the middle of the sentence because I stopped hearing it.
Great shot. Actually, guys, this leave could work. This leave could work here.
I don't know. It's a bit of a cut.
Well, I wouldn't cut it. I would not cut it. I would go for the bank right now with the angle that it has. It's got a very, very good, almost natural angle to do so. It's harder on these tables. I won't disagree, but I think the cut, he's going to leave it in there unless he's honestly just going for that 9 ball.
That is
Yep.
not what he wanted.
Question is, does George go straight for the 8-9 into the combo to finish?
Oh, heck no. No, you pick up the other point.
Well, he doesn't need it. They need 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
so I
yeah.
don't know if he knows that or not.
Oh, well, it's
But-
not our
but-
place to
yeah,
tell him, but
nope.
somebody on his team could let him know how many points he needs.
Yep. Yeah, there's almost no. I'm not a fan of doing combos. Don't get me wrong, but there's no reason not to right there. Just to finish it. Not with the 9 sitting in the pocket.
Oh, slow down, QBall. Oh, there it is.
That's
All
it, good
right, that
game.
is the match there. So
Great
we've got Rackham and Weep, our reigning champs, moving along in our bracket. They are now in the semifinals. Sri and Pushpak are going to move over to the loser side of the bracket. If you click on the link, if you tuned in late, scroll back up in the comments and you'll find a link to the live bracket that you can see online. So Sri and Pushpak are going to move over there, and they will play the winner of a match going on right now between Elizabeth and Sandeep and Robbie and Thomas. So we will have another match here shortly. We're going to kill this feed, and we will bring back up here in a few with another live match here at QBall.
As always, it's Tim, voice of Jacksonville APA here, signing off. I'm gonna start using it now. It's certified.
Crowned him yesterday.
But seriously, guys, y'all take care, be blessed, and as soon as we can be back with the next one, we will. So stay tuned, and thank you for everybody coming in and tuning in. We appreciate y'all as always.